We can't talk about being an author without talking about life. FictionMentor.com, from the very beginning, was never meant to be just about writing, because so much of writing advice, books, classes, whatever, is focused on the craft, and that's cool. And there are some really good ones which I will link to, ones that have really helped me. There's nothing wrong with that. But what happens in all of that is I think we accidentally, as authors, as instructors, and as writers, we divorce writing and the craft from, number one, the business of being an author, and number two, from life. We divorce it from life, and that's not fair to us as creators, as writers, because why? Life happens. Life is part of what all of us are dealing with. And so to try and take this one aspect of our life, to take creative writing and plunk it down in its own little box and try to wrap it up and keep it safe from the rest of the world, is asinine. It's not going to work. In the writer's block video, I talk all about, how writer's block is a myth and it's our job to keep working and blah, 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 blah. But the other part of that is distinguishing between writer's block and I can't do this right now. Those are very, very different things. One of my good author friends, who I will not name, had several wildly successful books that I would have, killed to have his level of success. And then it just stopped. Done, man. And it was heartbreaking. And he's okay now, and he's, a perfectly functional human being and whatever. But he doesn't write anymore, and he hasn't written for years. And he's just kind of done. Now, on the one hand, that sucks, and I'm sorry. On the other hand, if he's happier and healthier and really doesn't miss it, okay, that's all right. But he was done. That's not writer's block. That's, I can't do this right now. Maybe ever again, maybe just for a little while, maybe for a few years, maybe until the kids get out of the house or whatever. It happens, and it's okay. Another one of my friends right now, and I keep referring to other people, it's happened to me as well, but one of my friends, has been trying to write this one particular story, and it's in a genre that editors are maybe not looking for at the moment, we'll just put it that way. And so she's struggling with the book, and she really doesn't write very much right now. And partly that seems to be she's kind of okay with it, and then other times it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, she's so frustrated with the process and with the industry and everything else that, it's, this book is really hard to get out. That's not writer's block. That's life. Life happens. Accidents happen, and illnesses happen, and job changes happen, and relationships get upended, and new relationships form, and it's life, folks. It is. It happens, and you got to roll with it as best you can. But if you are feeling like the process or the industry or whatever is having an impact on your life, then it's okay to step back. Because I get frustrated with my writing. Trust me. I'll be writing something, then go back the next day and read it or whatever, and be like, dude, you suck. You are a piece of shit. What the fuck? What is the matter with you? You're terrible. Happens to everybody. That's okay. It's normal. And then I keep writing. Or I'll get it to a place and I'll hit that quote unquote writer's block. I'm like, wait, I need to get her here, but she's here. How do I, damn it, I don't know. That's writer's block. Guess what? You work it out. You keep writing. You just keep going. That's fine. There have been other days, however, to be perfectly frank, to be perfectly blunt with you, and to be perfectly transparent with you, there have been other days where the industry of publishing has made me question not just whether or not I'm a good writer, but whether or not I'm a useful human being on the planet, to the point where I have tied my value and sense of worth to the job. That's not writer's block, number one. Number two, it's dangerous and it's stupid. Don't do it. As someone who has survived that, don't do it, because it's bad. If you find yourself in that place, if you find yourself so angry, so sad, so frustrated, so depressed that you, quote unquote, can't write, then don't. Step back, get some help if you need it from whatever source, and take a break. Because if you let those symptoms get out of control, something even worse is going to happen to you, and then you won't write again ever. If you are at a place where you're experiencing actual distress, then it's time to take a break. And I want you and need you to take a break, because I need you to come back in a week or a month or a year or whenever and finish up that story, because we need your story, but we need you around and healthy to do it. Okay. I did theater for 22 years. Okay. And out of those 22 years, 16 of them were spent running my own companies. And it was stressful. We weren't getting paid, so we're putting our own money into it. We were hoping to God after each show we would have made enough to pay ourselves back and maybe fund the next show. That was our metric of success. Did we sell enough tickets to fund the next show without going into our own pockets? If you're not a theater kid, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time when you're not at rehearsal to do all the prep, and then all the rehearsal takes time, and it's stressful, and you have to, it's all this stuff. You're worrying about the money, and you're worrying about the quality of the show, the marketing, selling tickets, juggling all of these various relationships. Sometimes actors don't get along, or crew doesn't get along, whatever. So it's just a mess, and I loved it. The stress we experienced during those 16 years of running the company that's good stress. You know what I'm saying? We enjoyed it. It was fun. It was exciting, and it was thrilling, and it was hard, and I loved every second of it. You know that feeling, right? That feeling of working hard on something, and it drives you crazy, but you keep going because you fundamentally love it so much, and you take that stress on willingly. Okay, writing's the same way. I mean, I get stressed out about writing and get all, tense about writing all the time. All the time, whether it's about the craft, whether it's about a certain particular story, whether it's about my place in the industry, whether it's about my skill level, whether it's about, whatever. Most of the time, though, it's good stress, and I enjoy it, and I channel it, and I keep writing because I love writing and I love telling stories. But every so often, and my wife will vouch for this, every so often, it's crossed that line into being unhealthy, sometimes even unsafe. That's not okay. It will never be okay. Nothing is worth being unhealthy or unsafe over, okay? That's not writer's block. That's something else. So, I just want you to assess where you are. If you are frustrated and angry and sad about the direction your book is taking, or that you don't know what to do in the next scene, or you don't have an idea for another book or whatever, that's cool. And if there's a little bit of fun attached to it, that feeling I'm talking about, like, oh, I don't know what to do with this story. And there's part of you that's like, even as I say it, I feel good. I'm having fun talking about it. I'm enjoying, like, oftentimes I will meet with my author friends and we'll just bitch for like 3 hours. We're just like so bitchy, and we're laughing the whole time because it sucks on the one hand, and on the other it's like, but it's still fun. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing than this right now. If you feel that way, don't worry about it. It's cool. Just keep writing, muscle through, watch my videos on how to get unstuck and whatever, and keep going. You'll be fine. If, on the other hand, you're curled up, on the floor, weeping inconsolably, and you can't eat anymore, or you can't sleep anymore, that's not writer's block, you guys. That is something else. And that needs to be taken seriously, and that needs to be addressed seriously. I will tell you that if you are at that point, or you ever get to that point, you've been at that point, then you need to get actual help from a counselor, from a psychiatrist, from a whoever, I don't know, but you need to talk to somebody, please, and please do it immediately if you're there right now. These aren't worth it. These aren't worth it. Okay? Like I said, I need you to be healthy, and I need you to be safe so that you can keep writing your stories and keep sharing those stories with us, because we need them. You've got good stuff to give us, and we need that. So that's all for this particular episode. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video around if you think there are other people who could benefit from it. If you have questions or comments, just leave them here, and I will be sure to respond to everybody who has a question or a comment, okay? Thank you for watching. I hope you're getting some good information out of this, and whatever happens, keep writing.